My name is Lou Zeller. I'm with the Blue Ridge Environmental Defense League, and I'm the executive director. We have a organized chapter here in Watauga County, Citizens for Local Control. This press conference is about our request to the County of Watauga for a polluting industries ordinance. A moratorium to hold off any dangerous development within the county that would apply countywide, and then a polluting industries ordinance which would do as it sounds, protect residents, children in Watauga County from unnecessary exposure to polluting industry. Now, we're not targeting a specific industry of any sort, but over the years, polluting industries have been a factor in many communities, not only in Watauga County, but also in Ashe County. What we are bringing to the Board of Commissioners today and putting before them is an ordinance which has served Ashe County very well over the years. But before we talk about that, I do want to have some of the residents and representatives from Citizens for Local Control here. We have Lee Stroop, who's one of the founders, also Susan Reed, a Boone native, and also one of the founders of Citizens for Local Control. Lee, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, our message for today is to the county commissioners, and what we want to say is that we want back what the North Carolina state legislators took from us. We want regulations to protect our most valuable assets, our families, our homes, and our neighborhoods. There are over 2,400 parcels of land in the ETJ, and therefore, the law of the ETJ will affect about 1,500 families. Residents will lose protection both in their neighborhood and outside their neighborhood. This was established in our neighborhood over 16 years ago, and it provided a way for us to prevent an asphalt plant from coming into the New River Valley below us. And most recently, the same ETJ protections allowing us to prevent a concrete plant that has ceased to operate from opening again for business. These ETJ protections make our neighborhoods more livable and provide residents some recourse to correct knowledge. We are asking to keep our current regulations. In the meantime, while the Planning Commission consider how the ETJ areas can be protected, we are requesting a 2-year moratorium on all polluting industry and the adoption of a polluting industry ordinance. And now I'd like to turn it over to Susan Reed.
Okay, this measure that was passed through the North Carolina legislature in June was shoved through really in a very anti-democratic way. And that is what I'm upset with more than anything, is the process by which this went through. This affects all of us in Watauga County, not just people in the ETJ. So I'm here to stand up for democracy, first of all, for property rights for everyone, and the protections needed to minimize dangerous pollution, irresponsible extraction and management of resources in our county, and runaway development in our beautiful mountain community. Our group would like to see ETJ protections maintained at least for as long as it takes for our county planning board, in concert with citizens, to thoroughly study the potential impacts of stripping each ETJ protection. The board should take its time and seek consultation broadly and gather meaningful input from all ETJ homeowners about what our community needs and desires. Our principal focus and concern should be on the common good for our whole community, on health, safety, and welfare of all impacted residents, not solely the bottom line of a few powerful large landholders who stand to individually profit from unbridled development and the desecration of our mountain communities.
And I'd also like to make a comment from one of our citizens for local control. She could not make it tonight. She had a family emergency. But she's concerned about her whole day. In the 5 months, we stand to lose more than a whole day. It's also a loss of our quality of life. Without the ETJ protections we currently enjoy, our health may be impacted. She expressed concern about the exposure to chemicals in the air, and water, and smoke, debris, vibration, and loud sounds which can lead to illness and disease. She also demanded immediate action by the county, concluding, "We need you to protect us from noxious facilities and unwanted land use near our homes and neighborhoods." So that was from Karen Brown. Thank you.
Blue Ridge Environmental Defense League was founded 30 years ago for the purpose of protecting the southern mountains, and particularly the high country, from a high-level nuclear waste dump. So we have been here, at least in Watauga County, since 1985, working on that issue. We've worked with many over the years across the state and in other states as well. Behind me, the map you see illustrates some of what we are about to lose if the ETJ is in fact eliminated for the city of Boone. Areas around the city proper are the ETJ. As Mr. Stroop has pointed out, his research has uncovered 2,400 parcels within the ETJ around the town of Boone. We don't know yet how many residents this might include, but there are 2,400 property owners who would be affected. These people stand to lose the protections which are afforded by the ETJ process. ETJ not only allows orderly development for the town of Boone, it also provides protections to residents, homeowners living outside the town limits who live near and perhaps work in the town of Boone. The ordinance that we have proposed to Watauga County is a conservative public health measure which has served Ashe County very well for 15 years. That ordinance in Ashe County was enacted in 1999. It has been challenged in court over and over again, and it has survived intact. In fact, it has even been amended. The ordinance provides, for example, setbacks. It provides measures which any county should be able to put into place to protect its residents from polluting smokestack, a waste landfill of any kind, any source of pollution, any source of toxic emissions to the air, to the water, and to the soil. Blue Ridge has worked with many counties in North Carolina, about 20 at last count, to enact similar ordinances for the protection of public health. With the possible demise of the ETJ here in Boone, we call upon the county to replace the protections that exist now with the ETJ. We think that the polluting industries ordinance would be the first step in protecting residents, not only their home values, but also the health of their children and their families.